Hey students, hope you're doing okay. Hey, this time for me is probably one of my favorite times of the year, this time of spring where things are growing and things are fresh and new, but there's a lot of things that are different. I know maybe a lot of you do spring sports, baseball, softball, golf, track, maybe you do soccer in the spring. I know for me, I'm usually coaching right now, so that time that I usually spend coaching, what am I doing with it? So what are you doing with your time right now? We have, when you have a sport or you have something that you're doing as an activity, you spend time doing that. So you're doing some kind of training, whether it's a working out with weights or stretching or exercise, endurance, running, all those things. And so what are you doing with your other time? I know probably most of you are finding yourself a lot of screen time, whether it's school on screen or even you're watching me, social media. You're spending that time, but what other things are you doing with that time? I want to share a really quick verse with you, kind of based on what we should maybe be doing with our time, and it's in 1 Timothy 4. There's a end of verse 7 and a little bit of verse 8 says this: "Rather, train yourselves to be godly. For physical training is of some value, but godliness has value for all things, holding promise for both the present age and the life to come." I love it says there, physical training is of some value. Now don't get me wrong, it's great to work out, to be active, to be moving around like that. But it says that it's of some value to have physical training, but godliness has value in all things. So how are you training yourself to be godly? What does that look like? What does that mean for you? I know we talk a lot about spiritual disciplines. There's so many things that you can be doing: reading your Bible, praying, worship, the interactions you have, relationships, serving, silence and solitude, having the Sabbath rest. All those things are those spiritual disciplines that we need to be training in. So, and as we do all those things, we're going to train more and more to be godly, to be more and more like God has called us to be. Now, here's the thing, just like in physical training, you can't just talk about it. We can't just talk about our workouts. We can't just talk about being fit. No, we actually have to do it. So godliness, that training in godliness has to be something we do. We don't just sit around and become spiritually flabby. No, we need to be spiritually working out, spiritually training, doing all those things so that you're growing in godliness. And the results are this: it says that there'll be promise for both the present life and the life to come. You're gonna see things right now in your life when you train yourself in godliness, but also for this to come. And so our prayer as a youth ministry is that you are taking time in this time to train in godliness, to be in your word, to be praying, to be finding ways to be relationally connected, even in this time of isolation. So, hey, if you are finding ways that you're encouraged by devotionals or the word, comment below. Let us know what things are doing well for you. We hope you guys are doing great. We miss you. Have a great one.